Welcome to The Breakthrough. I'm Allison Dean, VP of Operations at Theorem, and today we are talking with Wendy McEwan. Over the last 20 years, Wendy has worked as VP, COO, CMO in digital media, technology, and professional services, including roles at ZDNet, CNET, CBS, Oracle, and Knight Frank. Hi, Wendy.
Hi, Allison. How are you?
What is it like working in a country, like when I think of Singapore, I think country rooted in technological advancement, like at every turn. Do you feel, or in your networks, is there like an unspoken pressure to perform, transform, be transformational because of where you live?
I think the short answer is no. I don't feel a pressure to perform or transform. But I think I am very lucky to be in this community. There's a lot of senior, very smart people living here that have moved here from all over the world. So you automatically get to be part of a community that are innovators in their field. And the Singapore government also really invests in innovation, either homegrown innovation or attracting big companies from around the world to be headquartered here in Singapore for their Asia Pacific operations. And I think at the macro level, the government really invests in transformation of the country and their ambition around being a green economy and a green, a more sustainable place to live in terms of the experimentation they do in buildings, in electronic cars and electronic vehicles, in data, and how they actually look at the country in terms of data. They make a lot of things publicly available for people to take advantage of. So there's innovation all around you, and perhaps you forget in that, it just becomes so normal.
You mentioned Swimma to me. Maybe you can talk a little bit about what it is and why an organization like this is so vital to Singapore.
So Singapore Women in Media Marketing and Advertising was formed in 2013. I started to arrange dinners every 2 months with a group of women to learn about a topic that I thought we'd all be interested in. And so I would curate the venue, the topic, and the attendees, and really started to build this peer-to-peer learning community. And I also really wanted to connect with people like me, because at the time I was the MD and the VP of the region. And so it was a very lonely, I had no peers in my company at my level in market. So I used to come to San Francisco and see my counterpart from Europe and counterparts from North America. And we'd drink a lot of wine because it was the only time we really got to, have an outlet of peers at our same level. And it was like, there must be lots of women like me here in Singapore at that same peer level who have the similar challenges. So that was kind of the inspiration in the beginning, way back in 2013.
What are the digital trends you're seeing in Asia Pacific that you feel will be game changers globally?
It feels a bit old to talk about, but I think it still is a game changer beyond Asia, but the super app. It started with WeChat in China, Tencent's WeChat, but has expanded into pretty much every Asian country has a version of a super app, at least one. In Southeast Asia, the most prolific example is Grab, which is our version of Uber. And so Grab started as a transport network, and now I can pretty much do everything through Grab if I want to. I can, order food, I can get them to go to the chemist for me, I can order a courier. It's almost like another internet, right? Like it's the gateway to everything else. But when you think of these super apps that are really in the palm of your hand, it's funny, like when I think about same day delivery, which was such a big thing, if it doesn't get delivered in half an hour, then I go to the shops and get it myself. Do you know what I mean? So that's a really weird kind of change in behavior and perception. So that's one thing. I think the other thing is obviously the gaming and the metaverse and that whole kind of microtransaction economy. I think in terms of like esports and as well as multiplayer online games, and how people are really building communities in the virtual environment. A friend of mine talked to me about gaming being the new social media. And that's where we think marketing dollars will move, because it's such a captive and interesting environment. And I think, that when you think about Discord and all the communities that go with gaming, I can definitely see that continuing to accelerate. Thank you, Allison.
Thank you more, Wendy. Thank you for watching just a few of the highlights from this week's breakthrough episode. To see the full podcast, click the link in the description below.